Welcome to this YouTube channel. It's been a while since I posted anything. So today I'm just going to show us a beginner progression in the key of C that you can use in your worship songs. It's a common progression. It's a 6 or 4-1-5 progression. So several ways you can just make them sound cooler. So in the key of C, we'll have C as 1, B as 2, E as 3, F as 4, G as 5, A as 6, and then B as 7, and then we go back to 1, 2. So that's the scale of C. So in this regards, our 6 will be this, A minor, then our 4 is an F, and then we have 1, which is C major, and then we have G as our number 5. So you can always, instead of just playing this throughout, it's not bad, it's a good progression. It's a commonly used progression in gospel songs. So many gospel songs or CCM types, you will find that particular progression. So you can use inversions in this particular case instead of just you can now start using inversions. So this one will be an A. This is the original position first, then second inversion. The same thing you can apply to F. F original position first, second. C original position first, second, and then we have G original position first, second. So you can start now by using the inversion. So you can do something like that started sounding well. You just play with those, those inversions. So that's one way, just playing with the inversions, making it sound better. The other way you can now start is maybe adding a few other notes to the initial chords. For example, you can make A to be a minor 7, and the minor 7 is just, how do you build a minor 7? Take the scale of A minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So that's the scale. You add this note on that particular, so it will be something like, right? So this is the minor 7. You can still take this up and it will be something like this. That's an inversion. You can take this up and it will be something like this, right? You can take this up and it will be something like this. Those are minor inversions, minor 7 inversions. But let's stick to this. It's the easiest way is just to play a C on your right and then an A note. That gives us a minor 7, or just, alright, or still a minor 7. Now you can add this particular note here, the 5th, then it sounds something like, now it's sounding richer, right? Do the same thing on the 4th. So 4th, when you take the scale of F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you add this note. So it'll be something like this. This one you can invert. Yeah. So you can, the other easiest way is just add an A minor chord on that particular note. So something like this, and then you play this on the 5th. far we have this, we have this, and then we have this, right? Do the same thing for C. So C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Add this note, we have this, and then this, so something like this. So you can invert it the way you want, right? Just invert. Just inversion means you take one, so this one take it higher, take this one higher, you have something like this. Take this one higher, you have something like this. Then, right? So we have this particular chord. Realize this is an E minor, so just play an E minor to make sense. So far we have this, and then we have this, and then we have now this one. You can also add a seventh, but we like to make it a dominant because we are going to resolve. We just don't want to stay here, so we will make it. We'll add a dominant 7. A dominant just means a 7th flattened. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Flatten this one, so it gives us this one. So we have something like that. Means we are supposed to go somewhere, so we just don't rest here. So so far we have this. Okay, so yeah, you realize now it's sounding better. So something like. All of these things you can invert, so we can take this one and put it down here, so it will be something like this. So, right? So you can take this up to be something like this. Take this up to be something like this. Still making sense. So those are some of the ways you can just spice up your 6-4-1-5 progression. One more thing, you can even add passing chords, maybe going to the 4th. Just maybe add a 3 now. Like that. Yeah. So that is some of the ways you can maybe spice up. So let's look at the other. We will add the 3rd, but the other thing you can do is you can extend. You can extend your left hand progression. Right? So this one is called a drop 2, or a distance of 10s, right? Because if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, or a drop 2 means you are dropping one note. So we are dropping this because it's supposed to be here. So you can do this. Same thing here, also the same thing. If you don't have long fingers like I do, so you can just do this. Yeah. Right? They sound. So, but if you have long fingers, but you can actually practice, and then I never used to play like that, so you can just practice. So we can do something like this. So you can do that. another thing is actually now we can place things like this. A sus2 of this one will be a sus4. So a sus2 I mean of C, and then you just add this. So then you can also invert. So something like this. And then this. Really sweet. So like 6. Those are some of the ways you can just spice up your 6/4/1 progression. Maybe in our next lesson we'll try and add a few more things, like for example, if we did a 9/4, something like this. We'll hear in gospel chord we have such things, and yeah, and then here. Probably we'll look at some of those things, just adding those sweet things. We'll hear so many gospel chords, songs. You'll hear something like that, right? And then they do that run. So in our next probably lesson, we'll look at just adding those things. So let's take an example of a song that you can use that progression. There's a song by Eunice Jerry that's called it's called Zaidi. Zaidi na Zaidi. So something like sorry. I think the chorus something like that. So that's how you can just use that progression, and you realize I added a few things. We look at them in the next lesson. So until then, stay safe.